What role have volcanoes played in formation of Earth's atmosphere in the past? Elaborate on the impact of volcanic activity on climate change in contemporary times. 250 words approach. Briefly discuss a role played by volcanoes in formation of Earth's atmosphere. Bring out the impact on gases released from volcanic eruptions on global climate. Discuss how it impacts cooling of the planet. Answer. Volcanism as an agent of planetary outgassing was a major contributor to initial development of Earth's atmosphere. Volcanic activity released essential gases such as water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane, ammonia, and very little free oxygen from the interior of the Earth through a process called degassing. Volcanic eruptions injected ash and sulfur-rich aerosol clouds into the atmosphere, which shaded sunlight and reduced the amount of solar radiation reaching the Earth's surface, thus cooling the planet. As the Earth cooled, water vapor condensed to form rain-dissolving carbon dioxide and other gases. 21 www.visionis.in copyright Vision IACE. Some researchers also suggest that submarine volcanoes produced a reducing mixture of gases and lavas, effectively scrubbing oxygen from the atmosphere, binding it into oxygen-containing minerals. However, when terrestrial volcanoes increased, the overall quantity of oxygen in the atmosphere increased. These processes continued for some time, resulting in the composition of atmosphere as what we see today, with minor variation owing to anthropogenic and other natural causes. Volcanic eruptions and climate change. Volcanic eruptions pour sulfur dioxide and other particles into the stratosphere. Gases react with water to form aerosols that linger in the stratosphere, reflecting sunlight and heat from the sun and thus lowering temperatures in the troposphere and changing atmospheric circulation patterns. The sulfur-rich aerosols particles also contribute to an accelerated rate of ozone depletion. So, for example, a large volcanic eruption such as the Pinatubo eruption in 1991 can have a global cooling effect of 0.1 degrees, 0.3 degrees C for several years. Intense volcanism has significantly increased the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere and causes global warming. Volcanic eruptions produce more than 100 million tons CO2 each year. So, for example, the 1980 eruption of Mount Street Keelan vented approximately 10 million tons of CO2 into the atmosphere in only 9 hours. Dark lava flow absorbs more of the solar energy, so a large enough lava flow could warm the local region. Thus, volcanoes can have both a cooling and warming effect on climate. However, in the long term, frequent volcanic eruptions will have a net effect of cooling the Earth and counter global warming. 20. The need has been felt to demarcate aquifer systems in the country so as to provide critical information to plan for their sustainability. Analyze. Also, mention the steps taken by the government of India in this regard. 250 words approach. Briefly explain the meaning of aquifer and aquifer systems. Analyze the need to demarcate them to plan for their sustainability. Discuss the steps taken in this regard. Answer. An aquifer is a large body of permeable material where groundwater is present and fills all pore space. Several aquifer units are combined into aquifer systems based on some common characteristic like rock type or river basin. Based on the hydrogeological characteristics, India has been classified into 14 principal aquifer systems and 42 major aquifers, alluvium being the major aquifer system in India. 22 www.visionis.in copyright Vision IACE. Need to demarcate aquifers to plant sustainable aquifers. Intensive and unregulated groundwater pumping in many areas causing rapid and widespread groundwater decline. Estimating the quantity and quality of groundwater in an aquifer. Assessment of sustainable level of groundwater extraction. Making a country climate change resilient. There has been a paradigm shift from groundwater development to groundwater management. An accurate and comprehensive micro-level picture of groundwater in India through aquifer mapping and demarcation will enable robust groundwater management plans at the appropriate scale to be devised and implemented for this common pool resource. Its benefits will be both scientific and social. Scientific information of water-bearing formations. Assessment of water-bearing capacity of different areas. Managing aquifer quality. Demand-supply analysis. Strategies for sustainable management. Precise assessment of functional wells for agriculture, industries, Drinking water purposes. Formation of Aquifer Management Unit. Preparation of aquifer management plans for sustainable groundwater management. Social will enable involvement of community and stakeholders, which in turn would enable states to manage resources in an efficient and equitable manner. 23 www.visionis. Copyright Vision IACE will result in better understanding of aquifers at community level. Scientific inputs and traditional wisdom together would ensure sustainable groundwater resource management, would ensure sustainable cropping pattern, thereby contributing towards food security, will help achieving drinking water security, improved irrigation facility and sustainability in water resources development in large parts of rural and urban India. Steps taken by the Government Hydrogeological Studies by Central Groundwater Board to decipher the extents, characteristics, yield potentials and development prospects of important hydrogeological units in the country. The number of projects undertaken in major basins of India in collaboration with international agencies to carry out water balance studies in which groundwater regime of aquifers and its development prospects were studied. Project for Aquifer Mapping and Management NAQUIM in 2012, using advanced technologies like heli-borne geophysical surveys, sophisticated software like OpWorks, ArcGIS, ModFlow, MapInfo, etc. to prepare management plans. The final objective is to prepare management plans, in consultation with stakeholders and state governments, which will identify the recharge and other measures to replenish a declining trend of groundwater and lay the course for their sustainable use and development. Copyright by Vision IACE. All rights are reserved. No part of this document may be reproduced, stored in a retrieval system or transmitted in any form or by any means, electronic, mechanical,